Hi, I'm architect Sharmin Wade, principal architect and partner at Studio SB. It's a young, creative mind and a very enthusiastic firm that we have developed over years. And we are accountable for over 6 million square feet of architecture work in the industry in Mumbai. And we are looking forward for around 150 acres of township in and around Mumbai with around 40,000 square feet of interior works in the firm. Today, I will be presenting one of the projects, a very interesting project rather than a challenging one at Cergy in Paris. Allow me to share the screen from the other account, please. So Cergy is a place in Paris. It's around 20 odd miles on the northeastern side of the Paris city front. It's a very so what we had received as a brief was a very innovative and architecture project that we had to combine in adventure, relaxation, and sustainability features. It's basically the site is basically around 1,20,000 odd square feet of land, which comprises of the central water body area, existing development, part for a future development also. So we have a basic study done around the vegetation, wherein the natural terrain has vegetation characterized by oak, chestnut, and pine primarily. And the main road accessible is touching to the central Paris area. The wind, we have basically done the wind and the precipitation study because water park is something that is like a key primary feature here, because in the central area there is no water body as such, and determining the wave garden basin, which actually is a controlled waves and safe environment for the surfers and the enthusiasts. This wave garden basin basically is an artificially made water surfing area which is controlled by the winds and the electronic energies. So a basic wind study of the area and the sun study determines that the area is over and about almost the times 8 months of the year in the outcast, which has a precipitation of about 8.4 months in the wet areas, and the 3.6 months are the dry times. December being the highest with around 48.26 mm of rainfall, and March being the least at 30.48 mm rainfall. The sun is basically from the south to the west to the east, and the precipitation being 1.1 throughout the year. These are some basic studies, and also determining this wave garden, we also had to study about the seismic zones. So since Cergy is completely out of the seismic zones, it's one of the plus points for it to act in like a good place to have the development. So this part basically is for the, it's basically showing the existing features of the site, wherein we have a proposed future development, existing area where the design is being proposed, and the ongoing development which already is there on the site. So this is the over and about master plan of the site, which has an entrance from the main connecting passage area. We have the parking space. So this is the main site entry. The central wave and main Cergy Wave Park Garden entrance area. We have the primary access roads throughout the arena. There are a few secondary access roads which, pardon me, I'm not allowed to. Pedestrian walkway, vehicular access, and the footpath. This is the central wave basin area. So around the basin area, we have proposed a beach and a glamping area, which is acting like a recreational source. This is the main hub building, which comprises of most of the activities which are social entertainment hubs, restaurants, lounges, party arenas, and recreational hubs as well. The student accommodation, which is also acting like a hostel building with 250 keys. This is a state park area around the accommodation. So basically, this accommodation, what we have proposed is on the lively side, and one, we also have the surf school for the people who will be doing surfing activities at the basin, the parking lot, and the hotel. This hotel is going to be divided into two categories, the luxurious stay and for the users who would be also having the budgeted travels. These are the type of pods. Now we have here around two types of pods, type 1 and type 2, depending on the area categorization. The whole purpose of having these pods is basically harmoniously scattered over the chaos and blending into the nature. So overall, the resort diversification works onto the main central basin with the hub building standing at the central focal point. To the left, we have the luxurious stay areas. To the right, we have the hostel areas. And to the back side with the nature, we have the type 1 pods and the type 2 pods. So we have a total number of 44 pods of 40 square meters, type 1. A sustainable development approach has been given to the overall pods. The type 2 pods are of 33 in number, and they are 88 square meters again. So a lot of it is focused on how the interiors also work, depending on the type of materials, the strategies as well. So we have tried and used timber cladding, basically the European larch, which is a resilient, sustainable material. Hardwood flooring is being used for excellent acoustics and also is being a durable material, which is locally sourced from the existing natural vegetation that's around the area. Then there is wooden fiber insulation, basically to reduce the carbon footprint. This is all because of the 2024 Paris Olympics Act, where all public buildings of at least 50% should have a compulsion of about cross-laminated timber uses in the construction field. So this is the main entrance, the hub building, the hotel, the luxurious stay hotel, the student accommodations and the dormitories. This is the surfing school and the glamping area, which is around the beach area of the wave garden. These are in and around spaces that you design around the hotel area and the glamping area. This is the overall perspective of how the overall development. Now, one of the key elements of presenting this project was that it is a very interesting fact about how we have to accomplish to 50% of the sustainable strategies that we're going to be using. Like I said about the cladding, about the hardwood flooring, we've also designed the structures which can accompany solar panels, which will be also electrical generation source for the time being when the usage is done. And since Paris is mainly in the overcast of about 8 months, we have used materials like EPS, which are water resistant and fire resistant, and they can survive thermal temperatures and will be resistible over time. We also have uses of hemp block, which is acting like an insulation material for the kind of temperature that this place has. And since it's an open basin with a very high wind flow, a good amount of wind powered architecture can be experimented for the electrical uses, which can be over time, and the sewage treatment plant for all the pods. Yeah, so this is about how the overall placement of the structure and the design of the resort has come up to, because we have optimized the energy efficiency and maximum potential of ecological footprint has been considered as it lies in the heart of the wave garden basin.